All right. I guess we're doing this. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out on our first ever Sunshine State Adventure Co. live stream. It may be first and only. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but hopefully you guys, all of you that are watching, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it later, that you enjoy it. Welcome to my garage. We're facing out of the garage right now because on the other side of that camera, it is pretty rough at the moment. We unloaded from the expo and just kind of threw stuff everywhere. I have like stuff for my track car strewn everywhere right now. I've got to put a cage in it in the next couple of weeks here. So there's just junk everywhere. So we're looking out this way. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. So the goal of the live stream is just to kind of hang out with you guys and talk a little bit about how the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo went. Just thank some of you for hanging out with us at that event. Talk a little bit about some of the people that we met along the way. Also to tell you some big news, maybe second biggest news to the launch of the Florida Adventure Trail. So pretty pumped about that. Just figured we'd hang out a little bit and I don't know, what else is there to do at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night? So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Look over here in the chat, Sunshine State Vikings, thanks for hanging out. Jason Johnson, thanks for hanging out. Adventure Off-Road, thanks for hanging out. Cool. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll just get rolling. So we got the opportunity, actually last year we were supposed to go to the Sunshine State, or not Sunshine State, the Southeast Overland Vehicle Expo, which is now the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo. And last minute, some stuff with my family happened, and I just needed to back out. There was no way that I could make it out there to that event, which is a bummer because I really wanted to be there, really wanted to set up a booth then and start telling people about the Florida Adventure Trail. And so we weren't able to go, but heard great things. And shortly after that, I reached out to Alyssa, who runs the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo, and just said, hey, whatever you need, I'd love to be in to help out with the expo and to be there as a vendor, which was really cool. Anyways, we were able to get in. I'm actually really familiar with the Florida International Rally Motorsports Park, also known as the Firm, which was where that event was held. I used to be, I guess technically I still am a contractor for them, but I used to be one of the driving instructors there for the racing school and their track days and stuff like that. Really cool place. If you've never gotten the chance to go out to the Florida International Rally and Motorsports Park out in Stark, I highly recommend it. It is a motorhead playground. There's off-road trails. There's a rally school. There's a track for track days. They do time trials out there. You can't see it because it's parked over on this side, but I race a rally car out there, like full cage, through the woods, over jumps, the whole 9 yards. It is a very, very cool place to go and check out. So that's where the Save Expo was hosted. And we had a ton of fun this year being out there. And I just wanted to say a special thank you to Alyssa. I have put on, I told her this, but I've put on car conventions before. And I know how much work it takes to pull off an event of that magnitude. And Alyssa and her team did an incredible job. So thank you, Alyssa, for bringing an event like this to Florida. My hope is to see it continue to grow. And my commitment to you is to continue to be a vendor for as long as you guys are doing that expo. It's definitely an event that any company that I ever own in the adventure industry will definitely support. So thanks so much for that. Man, we had some crazy weather. If you guys are out at the expo, you know well that the weather was nuts. So Thursday we got there. I was like, look, I'm not an expo guy at all. I've never done anything like that. So we loaded up the landscaping trailer, with all of our gear and got out there and got everything set up. I had to drive back and forth a couple times because we had issues with some t-shirt printing and banner printing and stuff like that, but it all ended up being fine. Friday morning was great. And then my goodness, Friday, like right around 11, if you were there, but if you weren't there, the wind got crazy. It was wild. It was like blowing over our tents. My sister was there. My wife was there. A bunch of my buddies who just volunteered to be there were there. And we're literally like holding on to the tents, like hanging on for dear life. And it was wild. So we were able to just kind of hang in there and, I guess kind of prevent our stuff from flying all over the venue. But it was nuts. We ended up losing a tent, like it broke. And we just made the decision to take down our like 10 by 10 pop-up awnings, put them to the side and just bake in the sun. It was a mess. So, and tons of just random people from the expo who were just there attending helped us. So if you helped us during that crazy windstorm on Friday, thank you so much for grabbing shirts and hats and stickers as they flew all over the place. It was dumb. In fact, one of my most stressful moments from the entire event was there was like 2 or 3 SEMA builds directly across from us, and all I could picture was this like crappy Walmart tent taking out one of those SEMA builds. So shout out to the guys across from us for being super chill with that whole thing. But anyways, yeah, that was Friday. And then Saturday was incredible. We got to meet so many of you. Obviously at our booth, we had Overlanderoos. Their whole crew was there. Baptism Overland was there. Sunshine State Vikings were there, and Adventure with Dannon was there as well. And man, those people have all just become kind of like family, which is really cool. I have like these little pockets of people that I adventure and overland with. And this crew is an awesome new addition to my sphere of influence that I enjoy being out in the woods with. So we had a ton of fun meeting people. We got to meet so many of you. And I just want to say, I was honestly overwhelmed in a really good way by the people that we got to speak with, all the positive feedback that we got from you guys. It was awesome. So thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having a conversation with us. Thanks for being so kind and supportive. It was really cool. I know I'm speaking for our entire group. We were just grateful to get to meet so many of you. It was a really cool experience for us. One of the highlights, though, of meeting people, all of you were a highlight, but I just have to say, we got to meet Jim DeReamer, who has an awesome YouTube channel. I'll actually link it down here. He is the coolest dude, and we were all sitting around the campfire like Friday night, I think, and we just all were talking about Jim's videos. They're like these awesome, short, palatable videos from the Florida Adventure Trail that are like 3 minutes long. It was so cool. And so it was funny. We were like geeking out because, we got to meet Jim, who just makes these great videos, and we love the way that he can tell a story. So if any of my friends that are listening, Sunshine State Overlanderoos, if you want to link his channel in the comments, that'd be cool. I can do it later in the description. But it was super cool meeting Jim and his wife, and we got to take pictures with them and just hang out and connect with all of our friends from the overlanding world. Got to see our buddy Bill from Cottywampel Overland and hang out and connect with him and his crew. Our friends Matt and Kaylee from Rome for Low, got to connect with them. It was a really, really great experience. And I got to teach a little seminar all about the Florida Adventure Trail. Got to meet some awesome people that honestly just blessed me that weekend, just getting to talk with them and get feedback, and met a bunch of really cool people that are all into like the van life stuff, doing sprinter van exploration. And so one of the things that is being birthed out of the Save Expo, Save Expo, is I'm going to work with a team to basically create a secondary guide for the Florida Adventure Trail just for sprinter vans, like high clearance adventure vans, because there's definitely a lot of the fat that you could run a sprinter van on, but there's definitely parts that like you're not getting down it. So I'm going to work over the next year to basically create a second route just for that crew of adventure van life folks. So I don't know if that'll be helpful. I think maybe I met all 7 of the van people that want to run the fat, but maybe there's more of you. So if you're a van person, if you've got like a Sprinter van, or I don't know what other kind of camper van, off-road camper van things, but we're going to work on figuring that out for you guys, because I think it'd be really cool to see some of those out on the fat. So thank you for that. One of the cool things that happened after the expo was my good friend Matt and his wife Kaylee, who own Roam for Low, ROAM, the number 4 Low, who I've been friends with for a super long time. They are some of my all-time favorite people. Their company, Roam for Low, does some of the best guided trips all over America for overlanding. They are super, super cool folks. Big fans of theirs. Hopefully my microphone's working pretty good. Big fans of them. And they right after the expo, they went and ran the fat. They just got done today at 10:30. So they started last Monday morning right after the expo. And basically now are doing, they just finished, and they ran every single hard line on the adventure trail. They did every hard route, and they had 2 people pulling adventure trailers. So as far as I know, this is the first YouTube channel, Roam for Low. Make sure you go and subscribe to them. This is the first YouTube channel, or anybody in general, that has run every single hard line and documented it, which is awesome. Obviously, I've run all the hard lines. So I didn't document it. So they're the first ones to run every single hard line, document it, and do it with overland trailers. They hit every single hard line with overland trailers, and the carnage in some of these videos is awesome. One dude who just like was getting after it the whole week lost one of his fenders. Like, it was wild. So I cannot wait to see Matt and Kaylee's video. You're definitely going to want to go and subscribe and be on the lookout for their video when it comes out, because just the pictures and the Instagram stuff I was seeing was awesome. So can't wait to see that. Hey, there's Jim. I just saw Jim down in the comments. That's awesome. So a couple people I want to give a shout out to. So we were at the expo, and I feel like it was Saturday night, right? So we're like winding down from the whole event and just like getting dinner on the grill. And this dude comes up to me, towards the end of the night, and he introduces himself. And this dude basically Shark Tank pitches me like a total, like a beast. Like he just, like, in a really cool, informal way, Shark Tank pitches me the idea of creating like a book about the Florida Adventure Trail. And I'm like, this is brilliant. I don't know what that would look like, but I'm down to have the conversation, And he's like, well, I've kind of already done something like this. So Tim, if you're watching this, hopefully you are, just want to give a shout out to you, man. And I'm going to show you guys what Tim made. So this is the Florida Park Passport. Okay. And you can get this on Amazon. And he made this during COVID. Florida used to have something like this. The problem with it was you could only get it at a state park, like booth or something like that, like in the state parks themselves. You couldn't order them online. And this thing is so stinking cool. And I hope that this will show up. But I didn't even know this. Every single state park in America, I think, or maybe it's just Florida, but I think it's in America, has a unique stamp. So check this out. Okay, so Tim created this, and basically he has a QR code there for you, and then the place for the stamp down there at the bottom, and you can scan that QR code, and it will go. It'll take you to the website for that state park, and when you get there, you can get a stamp in that little dealio right there, like just like a stamp on a passport, right? He's got it divided up by regions. Listen, I don't have kids yet. I hope someday that my wife and I will have children. Even if you're an adult, but especially if you have kids, this is your summer plan right here. Like, no, don't do the whole, I don't know what we're going to do this weekend. Like, just buy this book and go and see all that Florida has to offer one state park at a time. And your kids are going to get such a kick, and hopefully you will too. Hey, I like stamps and stickers. Stamp it, baby. Go and check this out. So it's on Amazon, and it looks like this. I will include a link down in the description. But this is what it looks like. I think it's like $11 on Amazon, shipped to your door. And I just think this is one of the coolest things that anybody has created. Yeah, like here's the Northeast region, right? And you can see he's got it all divided up by region. And then each state park has a QR code that takes you right to their website. It's brilliant. So just wanted to give Tim a shout out, and nicest dude. I think just recently graduated from college. He's about to get married. So here's what I think would be so cool is I would love to see us buy a bunch of these things to support Tim. I think he's a great dude. He's, in my opinion, a Florida legend at this point for creating something like this. The nicest dude. And it'd be really cool if in the next like week he wakes up and his book's blowing up on Amazon. I just think that'd be cool. So definitely check out the Florida State Park Passport. I think it's a super cool thing. So that's one of the cool things that came out of the expo. Here's another cool thing. Here's something that's neat. Does anybody remember what was it? Adventure and a nature walk. Does anybody know what video I'm talking about? That guy is like takes people on nature walks and he just walks up to things that are neat. Anyways, maybe that's a deep cut there, but I watched his video today. I thought it was funny. He's like, this is an aspen tree. You can tell that it's an aspen because of the way that it is. Very funny. All right. So these folks were right across from us. They were super cool. And their company is called HFM Farm LLC. Okay. HFM Farm LLC. They make great beef jerky. We had I bought a bunch of their beef jerky and it was super good. But they have something that is, I think, even better than their beef jerky. And I think that this is super cool. So I've done some backpacking, not a ton, but some. But I have done quite a bit of adventure motorcycle riding. And when we go and we do longer, type of little trips on adventure bikes, I like to pack with me. And I'm going to do a review at some point on these. But there's a great company that makes small batch dehydrated food that is the most delicious stuff I've ever had. It's called Packet Gourmet. Check out their website. It's awesome. And we take them overlanding too, because they have, you can do hot water cooks in them, but you can also do cold water cooks. So you just add like 6 ounces of cold water to it, let it kind of reanimate, I guess. And it is delicious. Like the best chicken salad you'll ever have. Maybe not ever, but pretty darn good. High protein, all of that stuff. And it doesn't taste like dehydrated food. So Packet Gourmet is super cool. I love their stuff. But I will say that there's times where I want to be on the bike and I might stop at a gas station or a Jiffy store or Publix or something. And I might grab like just a little steak that I know I'm about to get to camp. So I'll put it in a pack or something. And this company, this HFM Farm, if I'm saying that right, HFM Farms, they have created these little teeny tiny pre-portioned seasoning packets that are resealable. Okay. And this is, I believe, 1 tablespoon. And these little things I think are so stinking cool. If you're a backpacker, if you're an adventure bike rider, heck, even if you're an overlander, and instead of those of you that have cooked with me on the trail, I like to cook. And I always have like all these seasoning containers, and I'm like buying big seasoning containers and then paring them down. This just comes already kind of pared down and it's resealable. When you're done with it, you just this thing will burn in the fire, no problem, or throw it in the trash, haul it out, take it with you, whatever. And they have all these different seasoning, like flavor profiles and like Tuscan garden mix, all of this stuff. So I think it's brilliant, especially for backpackers, especially for adventure motorcycle riders and overlanders. I mean, we have more room, but I wanted to give them a shout out because I think what Joey has done is really, really cool. And I haven't seen this. Like I haven't seen anybody doing this way. And they're an awesome family. with a small family business trying to make things happen. And I think it's really cool. So I wanted to give them a shout out. I'm going to do a separate video at some point, just cooking with these and tell you what I think. But I did the little lick, dip, lick thing, and it is very good. Take my hat off. It's hot. Oh, I shaved my head. Some of you guys are, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I normally have more hair. My mom's going through cancer treatment right now. She's actually got a bone marrow transplant on Friday, and I shaved my head to surprise her so we would match. So that's why I shaved my head. So, and I feel like I don't look too bad. So anyways, so that's another cool thing that happened. Those are two cool things from the expo that I just wanted to tell you about. Hopefully you guys will check them out. The website for HFM Farms is hfmfarm.com. Check them out. Super nice, awesome people. Okay, so I'm going to break up my gear review stuff to give you the big news. So, and I talked a little bit about this at the expo. If a big bug just flew in here, talked about this at the expo, but big news, drum roll. Just kidding. We are going to be releasing a Southern Loop edition to the Florida Adventure Trail that will go all the way down to the Keys. Obviously, the road into the Keys is paved, but we're going to be adding like an expansion pack almost. If you remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day, you could get like the expansion packs. You get like more roller coasters or whatever. We're going to be releasing an expansion pack for the Florida Adventure Trail that will go all the way down to the Keys. The goal is going to be 50% paved, 50% dirt. You guys know that the Florida Adventure Trail is about 60-40, 65-35 dirt to paved. We're not going to be able to do that going south. The goal is 50-50. We may end up at more like 40% dirt, 60% paved. I don't know, but I'm working with a really awesome guy. I've already got most of it mapped. But a guy reached out to me who's super great guy. I won't say his name because he might not want me to, but super awesome dude who has offered to help like add some of his routes and stuff like that to finish this thing out and put me way ahead of schedule. I was hoping to be able to release the Southern Loop in like 2024, like end of 2024 because of just how much time and gas it's going to take to like get it right. And this dude that reached out to me is helping me a ton. So I am so excited about that. I hope you guys are excited too. So many of you who live down south have reached out to me and been like, man, we really wish that the fat went farther south. Well, by the end of the year, it will. So I'm trying to figure out a way to put to make the name of it so fat, like Southern Optional Florida Adventure Trail, or I don't know, but I really want the acronym to be so fat. But anyways, we'll figure that out. Okay, so that's our big that is our big announcement. We are so excited about the southern end of the Florida Adventure Trail, which once we add that expansion pack, the Florida Adventure Trail is already one of the largest adventure trails in America. And obviously the TAT and all that type of stuff is huge. But as far as like state adventure trails, this will put, from what I can tell, the fat in like the top 3. So really excited about that. Okay. A couple things. So if you stopped by our booth, you probably saw that we've got some cool stuff. So, I'm going to show you some of the swag that we're releasing. I haven't had it available on our website, but as of today, with really bad product photos for the shirts, you can now buy our hats and shirts on the website. So I'm just going to plug those really quick. We've got this super cool Overland hat that's got a cool patch on it. And it's not a flat brim. You can mold it to whatever shape you want. But that's available on our website. Would love for you to grab the leftovers I have from the expo of these. Once we sell out of these, we're done. Like, I'm not making any more of them. I had to buy a lot of stuff in bulk for the expo to keep our prices down, and I have leftovers. So if you would like to help me not go bankrupt and buy some really cool stuff in the process, head on over to our website, FloridaAdventureTrail.com, and buy one of those hats. I'm just kidding. We're not going to go bankrupt, but also please buy my stuff. Just kidding. This is another one of our shirts. This is the back. This is our most popular sticker and patch right now. Explore Florida Adventure Local. That's the back, and then here's the front. It's got our patch on it, set off to the side, and yeah. Anyways, my wife likes that color. Pretty cool shirt. We've got this one. This is our Florida Adventure Trail shirt. So here's the Sunshine State Adventure Co. logo right there, smack dab in the middle of the chest. And then we've got the Florida Adventure Trail on the back. These are really high-end shirts. These are not this Gildan sandpaper shirts. These are high-end, they're expensive shirts, but I wanted really soft, really comfortable. We live in Florida, breathable shirts that you'll actually wear. I bought, the company name will be left out of this, but I bought shirts recently from a company that was doing like a giveaway. They were giving away a cool truck. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy a couple shirts to support them and maybe I'll win that really cool truck. And the shirts showed up and they're literally made out. I don't know what they're made out of, but they feel like a burlap sack. And I've washed it twice and I'm never going to wear the shirt. Never going to wear it. Anyways, so I wanted to make sure we were using quality stuff. So that's shirt number 2. And here is shirt number 3. This is our public landowner shirt. Got some little mountains on there. And then on the back, it says public landowner as well, because we are all public landowners. If you live in America, you are a public landowner. We all have equal access and equal rights to public land, no matter what kind of a hobbyist you are. And equal access also means equal responsibility. So I think it's a cool shirt. Hopefully you like it. All of them are available on our website right now. There are terrible product photos. I'll give you a heads up on that. But they're great shirts. Anybody that was at the expo knows that they're super high quality. And I hope that you will hope that you'll check them out. They're super nice. Cool. Thanks for hanging in there with that. Just figured I would show you guys some stuff. Okay. Last 2 things that I wanted to show you. And then we'll just hang out and talk and I'll answer any questions that you want. And maybe you don't have any questions, but we'll hang out. All right. So you guys know this. My crew, including the YouTube crew, but especially the crew that I do my big yearly trip with, we are hard on equipment and we get stuck a lot. I've done a lot of recoveries over the years, and I'm kind of a recovery gear nerd. I'm not so much of a gear nerd like on certain other stuff, but I've seen the horror stories of when things go wrong with recovery gear. And also because I'm always the one leading trips, I tend to always be the person who's having to get people unstuck. So check this out. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the most innovative things to come on the overland market as far as recovery gear goes. There's been some really cool stuff over the year. Obviously, soft shackles are incredible. All of that stuff is great. There's some really cool stuff out there. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm not super worried about some of the weight stuff, and I want something that I know I can beat the snot out of, and it's not going to wear and tear and break on me. Incoming this thing. Now you're saying that's just a D-ring shackle. What's the big deal? This is made by a company. Now I'll be honest with you. I think the name of this company is kind of dumb, but their product is not. It comes from a company called Moose Knuckle Off-Road. Yes, I said Moose Knuckle. But what they have come up with is one of the most innovative things I've seen in quite some time. This is a split shackle, okay? So it opens up like this. So instead of having a clevis here that you need to undo to be able to, get your winch line in there, or your just your regular strap or a kinetic rope or another D-ring, anything like that, instead of having to undo this thing and boggle with it, and you're, up to your shoulders in water, hopefully not, but you're at least up to your chest in water and you're reaching down super low, especially those of you that have like the newer body style, like Toyota Tacomas and Toyota 4Runners. Like, y'all's recovery points are so low on some of those like hidden bumper setups that I've been in a situation where I'm like almost head underwater trying to find a D-ring shackle. So this opens up just like this. Okay. So it's hanging off the front. You open this up, you run your rope in, and then it closes and locks in place. Okay. So I think that this is super stinking cool. Full disclosure, we were given these by the company to test out. All I'll say is I think that the technology, like the idea behind this, is brilliant. I have not beat the snot out of them yet, and I plan to. I'm going to make a video doing really dumb things, like unadvisable dumb things, like shoving mud in here and seeing what it'll do, and putting sticks and stuff in there and just seeing how this thing will hold up. We're gonna do a pull with just this one hook. We're gonna do dumb things that you probably shouldn't do, and the company probably doesn't want us to do, but we're gonna do it to really test and see how strong these things are. I will say my buddy Matt from Rome 4 Low was using these all weekend, or not all weekend, all week, pulling rig like trucks with overland trailers out of mud holes and all kinds of stuff all week long, and he is blown away by this product. We think that it is super cool. So you can head over to you can either wait for my video to come out, which may take a little while, or you can head over to Moose Knuckle Off-Road right now and get one of these split jowl is what they're calling it, split jowl D-ring shackles. And right now, you can use our discount code. We have a discount code the Florida Adventure Trail does. It is FAT10. Excuse me, FAT, no periods, FAT10. And you'll get 10% off on these, which is really nice of them to offer that to all of you folks. So go get 10% off on these things. They are super cool. Yeah, excited about those. And I'll show you one other thing that I just got in the mail real quick. I'll slide over here. All right. So some of you guys know that I have Last Fit stuff all over my rig. And I just got Last Fit's new rock lights in. Haven't even really opened up the box yet, but I'm excited about these. I've wanted rock lights on my Xterra for quite some time. Not so much for rock crawling, so we can see all the stuff, but more for lighting up the campsite when we get there. You guys notice that I have these scene lights on my roof rack over here, and they light up the campsite pretty well. But I would love to have lights underneath the rig that kind of illuminate the campsite pretty well. So going to be plopping those on there and making a video about those here pretty soon. They just came out with those rock lights. From the looks of them, they look like they're made really well. But I will reserve my opinions until we put them through the type of abuse that we put things through water-wise and mud-wise down here in Florida. So, yeah, those are just some cool things. I was like, what am I going to do on this live stream? I'll just show them things. So we did some show and tell there. I do have some more videos that are coming out. Thanks for liking my channel, I guess, and subscribing and all of that. I've got a lot of messages from you guys just asking, hey, what's going on, man? You haven't made videos in a while. And the truth is, I'm stuck on one video, and it is the video from the Alabama trip that I did back in, I think it was October or November. I can't really remember, but it was an overland trip that my dad was supposed to go on with me, but we found out a couple weeks before that he had been diagnosed with cancer. And he made the decision not to go on that trip so that he could do his cancer treatment stuff. And I'll be honest, I have the video close, but I just can't get myself there to make that, finish that video, if that makes sense. So I'm not telling you that as a sob story. It's just the truth. It's just kind of where I'm at right now. So I think here pretty soon I'll be in a good spot and be ready to make that video. My dad obviously passed away. Some of you guys know this. My dad passed away in December. I don't know. I just haven't really been in the video making mood. And I have a bunch of videos that are backlogged right now. We did a big Georgia trip, an Alabama trip. We finished the FAT with a bunch of the baptism overland and overlandaroos and Jack and a bunch of other guys, and I just haven't made the video yet. So anyways, if you've been waiting for videos, sorry about that. I promise to kind of get that together here soon. There's a part of this Alabama video that I just have to shoot. I just have to like film myself, kind of talking about the whole thing with my dad and him not being able to go, and hopefully sharing some of that with you encourages you to get out and do your own adventures. Like that's really why I started this channel in the first place. It's why I created the Fat, is because I just think life is too short, man. And life is really sweet at the same time. And we live in a beautiful world, in a beautiful country that should be explored. And I think we get so, and I say this in all my videos, I feel like, but we get so caught up in like the grind and the work, and we miss out on the things that really make life sweet sometimes, like spending time with our family, or just eating a meal around the dinner table, or going on adventures, or taking your family to do the Florida State Park passport, or buying one of my shirts. I'm just kidding. But, we miss out on the things that really make life worth living, So hopefully that video, once it comes out, encourages you and inspires you to go adventure in your own backyard or across the world. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out on this live stream. We're at like 36 minutes. My goal is to be at like 45. So there are some of you that are still watching. So if any, I'm going to look through the comments and see if anybody asked a question or anything. But feel free to pop a question down in the comments if you'd like to talk about something. We can talk about it. Let's see. John, hey, listen, we do race, John. We do kind of sort of race. I think that's my buddy John Schellenberg there. Yes, race. That's a fib. That's funny. Yeah, Nightcrawler was awesome meeting everybody too. If you guys haven't, make sure you join our Facebook group. It's the Florida Adventure Trail Fat. Would love to connect with you in that way. And answer any questions that you guys have about the Fat, and also help you plan your trip as well. Let's see. Yeah, Tim. Sunshine State Viking says, we have one of the original Florida passport books that you could get. And they said Tim's is way better. I haven't seen the original, but I would definitely say this is super, super cool. So love that. Tarpon Springs. Jason, hey, thanks for hanging out and asking the question. So Jason asked, any plans for an organized Fat group trail ride? That's a great question, Jason. I'll answer that with a maybe, kind of. I hope so. So some of you know this. When I first started Sunshine State Adventure Company, not the YouTube channel, the business before it became a YouTube channel, that's what we did. Our plan was to do guided adventure trips, day trips, weekend trips, that type of a thing. Have people pay a small fee, like $25, and bring a professional photographer with us so that people could get like professional grade pictures of their rig doing some, cool stuff, and get to experience some really cool stuff along the way. So, the hard part of that is just some of you guys know this, my day job, I'm a pastor. And so I work on Sundays, and a lot of them. And so most people are free, Saturdays and Sundays to do stuff. And Sunday is just not an option for me. So the answer, Jason, is yes. Yes, we will do something like that. One of the things I'd like to do is like a big camp out. I'm working on some cool stuff with that right now. The idea would be to all of our Fat folks, all of our Florida Adventure Trail friends from our Facebook group, doing like an invite only type of a thing, and just camp out at like, let's say Shired Island, or some of the other cool camp spots along the Fat. It would all be free. We would just love to hang out and connect with you. And then from there, people could go and do some trail riding and stuff like that. So definitely something that definitely something that we want to do. The logistics of that and the planning of that is just to be determined. So definitely join our Facebook group if you haven't, and we'll release more information about that. Camp out, hang out, fat camp, I think. Oh, we'll call it fat camp for sure. So that's funny. I just came up with that. These are how I make my stickers. I'll just say something and it'll become a thing. That's like the I don't know if you guys have seen our sticker that says Overland Flatlandistan. And we I was talking to a guy and he was like, there's no good off-roading in Florida. And I was like, dude, I disagree. I said, I think there's some great overlanding and off-roading in Florida. And he was like, you guys are just flatlanders. And I said, I kind of like overlanding in Flatlandistan. And he's like, LOL, that's funny. Flatlandistan. You should do something with that. So we made those stickers. Anyways, thought that was kind of a funny thing. Yeah, everybody is agreeing in the comments. It has to be fat camp for sure. We'll get donuts and stuff. It'll be fun. Yeah, fat camp. Everybody's in for fat camp. So we're doing it. We'll definitely make t-shirts that say fat camp for sure. And they will be themed like a great 90s, like summer camp vibe t-shirt. It'll be awesome. Cool. Love that. Jason, thanks for asking that question. Oh, cool. You play in the church band. So that's cool. Love that, dude. All right. Philip, I had a sticker idea for you, similar to the passport idea. You can do a series of separate stickers for various sections. Yeah, that would be cool. Someone else has suggested that as well. Similar idea. So, Philip, if you want to find me on Facebook or something, shoot me a message and we can talk more about that. I'd love to hear more about your idea. Always down to do that type of stuff with people. All right, let's see. Any other questions in here? Thanks to those of you that are hanging out. This is cool. We may have to do some more of these. One more thing that I will say about the guided trail ride type of a thing, something that we're working on right now, getting the logistics of figured out, is doing our first Fat Friends meetup to do some trail cleanup. The last time that we were in the Apalachicola forest area, there was a lot of trash out there. I don't think it's coming from us, from overlanders. I really don't. I think we feel the weight of needing to keep stuff open. And so I don't really see, a bunch of dudes in, overland rigs throwing trash out. Most of the time I see us picking it up. But either way, we're going to get out there and plan a trash pickup in Apalachicola. Hunting season's wrapping up out there, and I know there's going to be a ton of trash to be picked up. So be on the lookout for information on that. Our first Fat Friends trail cleanup, which will be super fun. So if you haven't, go over to our website. You can actually sign up. There's a form on there. Go to the tab that says Fat Friends. You can fill out a form. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like what talents or skills you have. You may have none. You may be like me, and all you can do is pick up trash like me. That's fine, but just tell us a little bit about yourself, and we would love to be able to team up with you to keep trails open here in Florida. Speaking of which, as we wrap up, we will have a new trail update that is dropping. Today's date is Sunday, March 12th. If you're watching this later, we're gonna have a new trail update that's dropping. I've got to figure some stuff out, but there appears to be a gate that shouldn't be closed, that appears to be closed and locked on the West Coast right now. This has kind of been an ongoing thing back and forth, I guess, over the years. And so we're going to figure that out. But be on the lookout for that. We're not going to do like a route update. It'll just be like a notice in the group because I think the problem is going to get fixed. But just wanted to give you a heads up on that if you're planning a trip sometime soon. As we wrap up, cool thing. There's a guy that I met at, and I'm forgetting his name, so you'll have to forgive me. I met him at the Save Expo, and he is going to be the first person that I'm aware of to attempt the big one, which is a challenge I put in place when we released the FAT to, in one trip. So it has to be in one trip, do the Florida Adventure Trail, the Georgia Adventure Trail up, do the Georgia Traverse across, and then do the Bama Adventure Trail down and finish out the Florida Adventure Trail, however you look at that. So to do the Fat, the Bat, the Gat, and the Traverse, all in one trip, and he's gonna tackle it. He's a super nice guy. He's an FWC officer, loves the Florida Adventure Trail, thinks it's great, and he and his son are going to knock it out. It's probably going to take them the better part of 15 days to do the whole thing, and if he completes the whole thing, there's a bounty that we have out for that right now. So he'll get $250 in gas gift cards. He's going to get a set of lights donated by Last Fit. I'm working with a bunch of other companies to get some other free stuff, a free recovery rope kit from Rhino USA, a bunch of swag and all that type of stuff from us. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for him to knock it out. So anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out, all of you guys and gals. It's been super cool doing this. I've never done anything like this before, so hopefully it didn't suck too bad. And you enjoyed hanging out this evening. Thanks for hanging out in the garage with me. Hopefully you learned something and, enjoyed our time together. As always, thank you so much for supporting the Florida Adventure Trail Project. Thank you for Sunshine State Vikings. John, you have a huge moth on your... Oh, hey there. There's a... There's a big old moth down here. Hey there, bud. We'll just let you hang out. I don't want to touch you and mess up your flight stuff. You good? All right. We're just gonna be friends. Anyways, everybody said they've been staring at it this whole time. How did I miss that? All right. Anyways, thank you for supporting the Florida. That's so awesome. Thank you for supporting the Florida Adventure Trail, the Sunshine State. Thank you for Sunshine State supporting our Sunshine State Adventure Company YouTube channel. Thanks for buying all the stickers and shirts and hats and just all the stuff that you guys do. I never in a million years would have dreamed that this whole thing would grow the way that it has. That it would help as many people as it has experience adventure in their own backyard here in Florida. It's a really cool thing, and I think it's just going to continue to grow. I think more and more people are going to get into overlanding and adventure travel and adventure motorcycles, and I think it's a good thing. And I think if we can work together as public landowners to keep things open, to partner with communities, to clean up trash, to do the 2-bag challenge, when you're on the Fat, to bring a bag of to bring a bag to pick up your trash and the trash of somebody else's. I think we can do it. And I think we can continue to put Florida on the map as a place to come and experience the great outdoors and experience the wild side, the real Florida, that I think you and I know and love. So thanks for supporting me. I'll end with this. One of the coolest things from the Save Expo was my wife was there helping out. My wife loves all the adventure travel stuff. She loves this whole project. It's a really cool thing. My wife is incredible, an absolute gift. But I don't think she realized what a big deal the Florida Adventure Trail was until she got to sit there and check out, sell people t-shirts and stuff and hear all of you talk about how much you love the Florida Adventure Trail. And that was cool for us as a little family to just celebrate this thing that we worked hard together to create. She supported me and allowed me to do it. So Ashley, if you're watching this, I love you. Thanks for always having my back and supporting my dreams. It means a lot. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we will do another one of these sometime soon. And we're going to make sure our moth friend here lives a happy and fulfilling life. Thanks for hanging out. As the Sunshine State Vikings, I'm going to steal their saying, do more of what you love. I really like that saying. Do more of what you love. Adventures in your backyard. Go and have an adventure with your family, your friends, or by yourself. Life's too short not to do it. See you next time. Bye.